Hey, we seem to be live. By the way, folks, I have always said that if I was going to fail in life, I wanted to be on my terms and not somebody else's. And after 30 years, I'd like to start blaming somebody else. Let's start the show.
In a cabin going crazy cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. Please be quiet, except for laughing. We've been a Zoom meeting civilization for more than a year. Come on, you know the drill. Just be polite. We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our strange quarantined world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hey, everyone! It's time for the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassel and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Helen Keaney,
from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassel.
Yay! Hey, that worked out pretty good. I thought that was the best we've done that. Anybody
Best we've
else?
ever done.
Yeah, that was good. Hi, Helen. Are you here?
I am here.
Did I say your last name right? Is it Karanarni? No, Keaney?
That's
How do you
correct.
say-
It rhymes with army. No, it's Keaney, like teeny weeny.
Yeah, that's what I said, Keaney. I just was joking with you. So it's nice to have you here, Helen. And it's good to see everybody else. And Patti with something weird behind her. And Mr. Goodie. And, of course, Alice and Ellen and everybody. And Valerie. I'm Brad Tassel. And I'm going to try to get through these jokes in under 10 minutes. Who's up for that? All right. Here we go. I'm going to start the jokes right now. Number one. Hey, a grand jury has been seated in New York City to decide whether to indict Trump and literally everyone he has ever known for crimes including tax, banking, and insurance fraud. Not cocaine? Whew, said Don Jr. Because he does a lot of coke. Okay. By the way, Trump's lawyers, who argued that a sitting president can't be prosecuted, are now saying anyone who has ever been president is immune from prosecution. Yeah, like he wasn't going to get coronavirus either. He's not immune from that. He's not immune from this. So, by the way, diehard Trumpers, my favorite thing is that diehard Trumpers are trying to say that we should just move on for the good of the country because Donald is out of office and let's focus on the present, like how to get Hillary for Benghazi. Let's get her, the emails. All right.
Never
See, these
too
are
late.
quick. We're doing it's far too late. Okay, these are quick. Okay, the last joke on this page. The Voice crowned their 20th season winner. Can you believe it? Their name escapes me, but they did get a lot of high fives when they got back to work at the Dairy Queen in Omaha. Because nobody ever remembers who was in that show. Okay. Bye to that. By the way, I threw one day and it stayed up on the top of this light for about a month. Steve, put his hand up.
Brad's by the way count is now up to 4.
4. All right. Hey, this is fun. I say that a lot too. There is a new trend. Who has seen this trend? I don't have the people in front of me. I want to see y'all. Who saw this trend where young people are marrying their best friends in a non-sexual lifelong commitment? Who's seen this? New York Times just reported one couple said they sleep in the same bed but will never touch each other. My question is, how's this different?
Oh no.
Except being best friends part sounds like marriage to me. Marriage, we like to joke. Anyway, hey, by the way, as he is a man of the people and a fair leader and not a dictator, Bashir Assad cast his vote for himself for president in Syria's first election in 7 years after push came to shove and he used chemical weapons on his people to show them of his love. I want to stop for anybody to get the Hamilton reference. Just the dad. Ellen, have you seen Hamilton? Have you seen Hamilton? That was a Hamilton reference. Oh, no? Okay. Well, then that's fault on deaf ears right there. So I guess bombing homes, bakeries, and hospitals were just a ticket to get those on-the-fence voters to go for Assad. By the way, the authorities called it a very fair election because to vote for Assad, you placed your vote in the ballot box, and to vote for his opponents, you pressed the little button that said landmine. Very fair election. Yeah. Okay, we're zipping along now. Look at that, only 6 minutes so far. We're going to make it in under 25. Next up, actor Ricky Schroeder. Remember him? No relation to the piano player on Peanuts. No relation. We're all a little subdued today, I can see. He apologized, Ricky Schroeder, not the Schroeder from Peanuts. He apologized for a hate-laced rant at a Costco employee who refused to let him in the store without a mask. Have you seen that? Who's seen that? He's now apologized. The Silver Spoon star said, "Now how am I going to fill my customer's Instacart order?" It took everybody a second to learn that he's washed up. Okay. Janet and I had a long discussion about this joke. Let's see if it works. 10 years ago, a Polish student, Natalia Konowska, was studying in St. Petersburg, Russia, when she threw a message in a bottle into the sea with a note, her address, and a 10-pound ruble note. It's been 10 years. This week she got a message back. It was the picture of the leader of the Cherokee Nation weeping. Guess what Janet and I had discussions about? Anybody?
Whether to go to profile or not.
Oh.
No, profile, what?
That's what I remember.
Commercials from the 70s for that one.
Well, you remember the commercials from the 70s, but you can't say Indian. You can't. Now, Native American's not even real either anymore. You have to figure out what to say, and that's respectful. So that's what we tried to do. Okay. What? Janet just asked me what I came up with, and I used the leader of the Cherokee Nation is what I used. And everybody doesn't care. Okay, so now the next one. Now you think, now that joke we spent a lot of time and is very respectful. This one, not so much. A mountain lion broke into a home in California because it saw the taxidermied heads of other animals on the wall. The cougar broke through a window, but was quickly scared off by the surprised owner, who began emitting a brown substance and a terrible smell.
Yeah.
Well, we are an immature audience this week, aren't we? How is that the joke that everybody liked the best?
Because it was so respectful.
Yeah, that's so respectful. Okay. I know. Okay, well, let's keep going and see what happens next. By the way, I thought it was 7. So, Senator, hey, we talked about Josh Hawley last week. Here we go. Senator Josh Hawley, for whom dressing in blackface is just called Tuesday, says the public deserves to know the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic. A bill passed the Senate on Wednesday to declassify all information on links between the Wuhan Institute of Virology and the virus, and he said, people deserve to know how this virus that has ravaged our country with death, even though it's fake, don't wear a mask, don't get the vaccine, but we deserve to know if China created this fake thing that got Joe Biden elected. So it wasn't confusing at all. Because that's how Republicans work, everybody. Okay, I have little faith in this joke, but let's do it anyway. The delicate ceasefire in Israel is holding for now. Yay, that's nice to see. I'm sure everyone has an opinion. Interestingly enough, the ceasefire was brokered by, who knows? Egypt. Did you know that, Steve? Egypt.
I did not know that.
I know, a spokesman for Egypt said about the deal, so it is written, so it is done. That's the Pharaoh from Ten Commandments. Okay. No snakes involved. But there were frogs that were deceased. Hey, here, you're going to love this. In Hartford, Connecticut, 8 nooses have been found in 1 month. Wait a minute. I may not want to do this joke. Nope. This is the worst joke of the week. I'm skipping it. Here we go. Next joke that I'm not going to do either because I don't like it either. Amy Cooper. Remember her? Who remembers Amy Cooper? Anybody? Somebody. Lauren, do you know Amy? Okay. Amy Cooper. She's a Karen. From the video where she called police on a black man asking her to leash her dog in Central Park. Then she lied about him attacking and threatening her. She is suing her former employee, Franklin Templeton, in New York, for racial and gender discrimination because they're firing her for being a racist and a gender discriminator. So that's kind of nice. That's a lot of words, isn't it? I believe it's called the old Karen switcheroo. Karen switcheroo.
Yeah, very popular marsupial, I'm led to understand.
That's right. In the pouch. They got it in the pouch. Franklin and Templeton have both responded, good luck with that. I'm not going to win. Oddly, here's what's odd about the whole thing is that Christopher Cooper, not related, they weren't related, the man she falsely accused, took the high road and came out in her defense, saying that one moment of poor decision-making and bad judgment shouldn't define her entire life. I think that's really nicely said. Luckily, though, with this lawsuit and the new horrible things she is saying about him, she can now be defined by lots of bad judgment and a ton of poor decision-making. So that's good. She's added to that. So, okay. All right, well, you know what? That's it. I give up. No more jokes. Okay, let's hear it for me, everybody. It only took 12 minutes. I'm going to save the worst joke of the week. And now what we're going to do, later we'll tell you why I'm dressed like this. And it's a weird story. But let's go to Steve because he's got something to do. Let's see Steve. Steve!
Hi, everybody. Clap some more for Brad. Yes. And for saving the worst joke for last. I always appreciate that about Brad. As you probably know, since we've all been here before, it's time for a top 10 list. Throwback to the old Letterman days when there was an audience. And I just heard that Colbert will be back in his theater on June 14th. So I'm not sure what we're going to do then. But until then, hey, let's keep doing this. And category tonight, very exciting. Let's see if I can get the remote to work. Tonight's category, top 10 new college graduation traditions for 2021. Lots of graduating going on right now, and there's some new traditions that are specific to 2021. So here we go. Number 10. Presentation of diploma now involves a sneeze guard.
That's true.
That's true.
Number 9. New degree program, Bachelor of Anti-Science. Sorry, Alice. Number 8. Graduates of Trump University are warned not to look directly at the lunar eclipse. We just had one yesterday. All right. Number 7. Students who didn't study and didn't go to class and made a mockery of higher education for 4 years may simply declare themselves graduates, citing lots of proof that doesn't hold up in 62 courtrooms. I'm trying to add more words.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Succeeded.
Number 6. 87% of graduates are cicadas. That's new for 2021. Number 5. Ellen DeGeneres is going to graduate in 2022.
Yes. Ellen.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one, but I kept it. All right. Number 4. All grads must sign an affidavit acknowledging that they are now far too old for Matt Gaetz and promising not to stalk the revolting, creepy, corrupt old bastard.
Oh, God.
These are the top 10 new college graduation traditions for 2021. Number 3. In Alabama, finishing 3rd grade counts as graduating. Number 2. In Tennessee, starting 3rd grade counts as graduating. And the number one new college graduation tradition for 2021 in Mar-a-Lago, making a boom boom ball by yourself counts as graduating.
Yeah! Yeah, that was really strong. Let's all agree that was very strong. Guess what will be on Sunday's show?
What? That. Okay, cool.
Sunday.
I forgot we had a Sunday show.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. You know we have a Sunday show? You can come at midnight. By the way, hey, Patty, I have a question for later, and that is, you've moved your condo show to Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay. Does that affect me in a couple weeks?
No.
No, you're still on Friday. The show's on Tuesday.
I'm out.
We'll talk about it. Sorry.
I just wanted to know.
So he's a little bit loud.
We're doing that as we're all looking at Steve, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing that. Let's go.
I don't know why we're doing that. Hey, let's look at me. Hi, everybody. I'm Brad Tassel, and that was the best top 10 ever. That was really, really good. Thank you very much, Steve Goodie. Well written. Okay. I'm just going to zip along with this show this week because I'm just a little melancholy. I don't know why. You ever just been melancholy? Just feeling a little off a little bit? Which is odd because last week I did this show in a parking lot. So that's kind of weird. But this week I feel weird.
You're dressed as a doctor. You ought to be able to sort it out.
I'm dressed as a doctor, and last week I was in the dark by the light of a solar frog. But this week I don't feel so hot. Solar Frog, my new band. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going to perk me up?
I do.
We have looking like Anne Margaret in Bye Bye Birdie, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lauren Mayer. Yay!
Brad, you may want to rethink that introduction because based on popular demand from the panel for today, I'm going to do a song about menopausal sex. And you introduced it.
Yeah!
It was going to perk you up. So
when's that happen?
Well, actually, just to let people know, normally I do songs about politics and current events, but Brad nailed the current events in his opening, and then Steve got the anti-Trump politics, and I feel like I can't add to that. So can't talk about politics. It's either religion or sex. So next time I'll do religion. Today I'll do sex. And then the other participants in the show weighed in. I said, do you want a song about menopause or one about trying to keep romance alive in marriage? And I believe it was Helen who said, I vote for menopausal sex. So this was written when my kids were a little bit younger. They're not in the house anymore. So just in case you worry that I'm going through this with a 24-year-old and a 27-year-old. But when they were a little younger and I was going through menopause, one of the symptoms was a lot of fatigue and tiredness. So anyway, maybe some of you, and this actually is even for the guys, because I imagine you're probably tired and
I'm exhausted.
Maybe that's getting in the way of romance too. So
yeah, that's the problem.
So get in a little sexy mood here.
We're grooving.
I noticed Helen's dancing. Come on, y'all can get into the. Let's put the kids to bed early. Ignore the laundry on the floor. We'll leave the dishes in the sink, pour ourselves a drink, lock the bedroom door. Just for once, let's forget about everything that usually gets us so uptight. Who cares if the screen door's stuck? I'm getting lucky tonight. I hope there are no kids watching because this would totally mortify them. We can pretend we're not exhausted and that we're raring to go. I'll find that trashy lingerie that I stashed away and turn the lights down low. All day long I've been schwitzing and sweating, and the house is still a sorry sight. That's Yiddish, by the way. The other chores I'm gonna chuck. I'm getting lucky tonight. When every day gets so frantic, your love life slips, I suppose. Well, I don't care if it isn't romantic. I just want you to rip off my clothes. It's so I'm gonna light that scented candle and leave you no room for doubt. We'll throw ourselves in it for a hot 5 minutes before I poop out. It's okay if there aren't any fireworks just showing up. And I meant it that way. We'll be all right. But Buster, there's no passing the buck. I'm getting lucky tonight. Oh, please. I'm more than a mother. I'm getting lucky tonight. I have needs. I'm getting lucky tonight. Stop fighting. I'll fight in the morning. I'm getting lucky tonight. All right, I'll fight in the morning. Stop fighting. I'm getting lucky tonight. Have they stopped? Okay, good. It's the coast is clear. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah. Oh, honey. Honey? Honey, wake up! Thank you.
Laura Mayer, come on, everybody.
The classic Lucy ending.
Got lucky tonight.
There's my Lucy.
Oh. Look at her, everybody. Clap again. That was really incredible. Thank you, Laura Mayer. That was beautiful. And
this is for the ladies in the panel.
yeah, that was for the ladies. Yes, because we're the ones always falling asleep and not being able to. And then you go for the drawer. Oh, okay. Anyway,
really, Brad? Really?
I thought I brought the level of the show.
Who was there?
What? Too much information. Sorry about
I'll
that.
say, Brad, you're a doctor. Write yourself a prescription.
Yeah, I know, and I feel bad. I'm just about to bring up Helen, and she's way too classy for this show, I'll tell you that. So, well, good. Hey, you know what? I'll talk about all the stuff I was going to talk about after this, because I'm very excited. Helen, we have Helen Keaney, everybody, and I have a question for you. Here she is. Let's look at her first. Yay! Looking fantastic. Helen, 2 questions. Here's how this show works. I'm going to ask you to and then you have to talk for 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Hopefully,
I was going to talk for 9.5, but I can do 10.
You can talk for whatever you like, but talk. So anyway, my first question is, are you going to come see me next week?
Yes, I am going to come see you next week. I'm very excited that you're going to be appearing at a comedy club, which is right down the street from me, which is down the ocean from me, which is called Coconuts Comedy Club. Brad, have you ever performed there before?
Oh my God. You are what, 25? How old are you?
You're not allowed to ask people that question, Brad, even if you are a doctor.
Yeah, come on, we're adults.
I will be 59 next week.
No. You are not 59,
Wow.
You shut up. So anyway,
not yet.
not 59.
Next week I will. And I worked for Bob in the 90s when I lived in New York City. I did like some of his, like Lakeland and some of those things. And
why didn't we
he
work
used to
together?
he used to have like 19, 20 clubs. And now he has this one club. And it is, I didn't even want to describe it to you, but you'll see.
No, I've been there. Matter of fact, I was going to say in the late 80s, early into the 90s, I worked for him 20 weeks a year. I worked for Coconuts. And then I didn't talk to Bob for 20 years. And then he was like, oh, we're open. And you have to still call him on the phone. You can't email him. You can't. It's horrible. You have to talk to somebody. It sucks.
And he only hires 59-year-olds.
That's it. Right.
Who look like they're 25.
Right.
Yeah, you do. I mean, no, there's no way you're 59. Anyway, so also, you are a television star. You're on the Home Shopping Network. And how long you been doing that? And is it really fun?
I have been a host on HSN for 13 years now, and I started in 2008. I was on tour with 2 other women in a theater show called Three Blonde Moms with Mary Ellen Hooper and Joni Fagan. And
okay, wait, I'd like to stop. Wait.
I saw you.
3 blonde moms, Mary Ellen Hooper.
Somebody said they saw us.
I did. That's Laura.
She has never had blonde hair in her life. Was this a dye job? What was going on?
But I'm not blonde.
Yeah.
We all came together in the blonde thing, even if we didn't start that way. Mary Ellen was kind of red. She was strawberry blonde. But we had a good 4-year run. We went to Montreal and we did theaters, and it was really great. But my daughter was getting older, and I couldn't take her on tour with me, and I didn't want to be away from her. So I really wanted to get a job where I didn't have to tour and be away from her. So I had this idea that I would be a shopping channel host. I didn't know anybody who had ever done that. I remember working in Cleveland at Hilarities, and I was in my hotel room just like not being able to sleep, watching the shopping channels. And I thought I could do that, only I could be slightly more entertaining.
Slightly more entertaining. Slightly. Well, that's great. Okay, well, Helen Keaney, you go ahead, do what you're going to do. Thank you very much for being here. Talk.
Woo.
All right. Well, I will say this is only the second time I've ever done a virtual comedy show. It strikes me as so weird because I don't really see anybody at all. And basically I do a lot of crowd work. So I don't know how to make fun of my laptop. So it's a little weird. It's very weird. Yeah. So I thought I would talk about some positive things. I thought I'd bring some positive energy about good things about the pandemic. And to me, the best thing about the pandemic is that I don't have to hug the creepy guys that try to give me a hug. Like, oh, I'm like, oh, I'd love to, but the Rona. I would let you grab me and do the reach around, but Rona, I don't want to get a virus. But otherwise, I would be free reign. Feel free to touch me. But Rona, like Corona, like I can't. I'd love to. So it's like this easy excuse. So that to me is like my favorite thing about the pandemic is it's like decrease the sexual harassment.
All right.
Yeah. Also, I feel like the pandemic sort of was experienced differently for women as it was for men. Like my husband looks exactly the same a year later that he did the day that they locked everything down. Whereas they locked everything down March 2020, which was actually March 13th, the day of my hair appointment. That was a nightmare. I don't know if men can even understand the panic you feel when you're like, wait a minute, I have to wait, when is this going to be over? Because I've got like roots already. This is a nightmare. I did talk my stylist into creating. They all have a formula for your hair, and it's a secret. Like nobody knows it. It's like in a vault in the back, and they don't tell their friends, or it's like on their deathbed. They won't tell their children the secret for your hair formula. And I'm like begging her, like, put the chemicals in the mailbox, which I hope I was not being recorded. That is a bad recording to have, is put the chemicals in the mailbox. Me begging, please, I'll do anything if you put the chemicals in the mailbox. So it was pretty rough. But also I felt like more positivity is, I confess that I was one of these people that made fun of like the homeschooling parents, and then everybody became homeschooling parents. So kind of get what you deserve there. So I thought, I'd do some positive things about being the homeschool parent, whereas if you're homeschooling your kids, like virtual, everybody, nobody's going to school. It's your house is the school. You're basically the principal. So school starts when you say it starts, and it can start at like a reasonable hour when you wake up, like 4 p.m. Right? And the class is really kind of up to you, right? How about some PE, some physical education? Why don't you guys vacuum the house and burn a calorie? Why don't you mix the teacher a drink? We'll call it chemistry. How about extra credit for heavy board?
Put it in the mailbox.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Put it in the mailbox once you get that formula right. Exactly. I'm writing that down and doing that when I do Conan next week. I'm just kidding. They don't let me. But I really feel like it's been kind of a good bad situation. I think there's positive things, and the whole teacher thing. My mom's a teacher, so I really feel for the teachers during the whole pandemic. My mom is one of these. She's older now. She's a college professor, and during the 70s, like she was really women's lib, and she was very radical. Matter of fact, she didn't shave her legs. This is true. She was setting an example to the students. That's what she told me. I'm setting an example to the students. I said, Mom, what are you teaching? The theory of evolution? I mean, what are you going to say? Equal pay for equal hair, throw away your tubes of Nair?
Good. Good one.
I was not sure exactly what she was doing in that whole thing. So, but my mom, I don't know. They're very liberal, and I think I've grown up with like an open mind about everything. So I don't know, Brad, you and I think have not met in person, but a little bit about me is I'm actually on my third marriage. I've been married 3 times, which is not, so I'm actually an expert on marriage if you think about it. I'm what they call in a job resume experienced. So we actually met through online dating, so I can give you some tips. If anyone's watching this on Facebook, which I'm not sure anyone is, but if they are, if anyone is, here's some tips. You have to pick the right online dating site for your age range. That's like the most important thing, right? So, Brad, have you ever heard of like Hinged and Tinder?
Well, Tinder, I know. Tinder, Grindr.
Right.
That's mine.
Right, that's yours. Right, but that's like kind of for like like kind of more young people. And then I live in Florida, so you have to be careful because there's dating websites for older people. Like, I don't know if you've heard of putyourashesInMyUrn.com. They just want to have someone to put them on a nice shelf. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's really what the romance is about. I do live in a very affluent area in Florida, though. We don't have silver alerts. We have platinum. So it's very, very high end. I just want you to know, very extremely high end. My curtains are from JCPenney. I don't know if you can see them behind me, but we're it's an elite community. It's not the Villages, by the way. We're not, golf carting to venereal disease, but we're still a nice area. Can I say that on Facebook? I'm not sure what the rules are. I'm trying to keep it very clean. I actually thought I was doing an OnlyFriends, so this already is like a little more.
Your camera's aimed at the wrong place for OnlyFriends.
Yes, I landed in the wrong place. Okay, so my husband, who I'm now married to, my marriage number 3, is 12 years younger than me. Ooh. That is a true story. Mm-hmm. Yes, because we met on a Match, which I think is the good, kind of middle. But I felt like all the guys were so much younger than me. I felt almost creepy. And because I'm on TV, I hid my profile. You can do that, hide your profile and then keep shopping for men. I felt kind of honestly, like the white van of Match. I would like open up the door and be like, come on in. I've got balloons and a 401k. It was, I did feel like a little inappropriate, but I feel like that's like a really super feminist move, is to marry somebody 12 years younger than myself. And I will end with this kind of thought. I feel like we were kind of making a little headway, women in general, before the pandemic. And I just feel like, yes, there was some misses, like when the Woman of the Year hadn't even been a woman for a year. Yeah, because if one of the Kardashian women is going to be Woman of the Year, you really didn't think it would be the dad. But I think that one of our biggest problems was we didn't have like a proofreading department for our hashtags for our movements. I think that's what we really needed. For example, sexual harassment, very bad, should be very much called out. But I think we needed to dig a little deeper than the hashtag Me Too, because my age group, when I saw it, I was reading the tweets and it was like, my boss, touched me. It was awful. And then 5 other girls would be like, pound me too, pound me too, pound me too. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't think they read that right before they threw it out there on that internet. That's my time. Thank you.
Come on, everybody. Helen Keaney. That was, what do you mean you don't have an act? What are you talking? That was incredible. That was fantastic. That was wonderful. And you look like 28. I don't know how, if you're 59, so your husband is
Brad, now
17.
you just aged her 3 years in 10 minutes.
I don't know. What did I say before?
Yeah, you know what? I want to ask you this, Brad. This is kind of a show business thing. Do you think women should say what their age is? Because I always do. And I think the reason why people always say that I look so young is because everybody lies about their age so much that you actually think that this is what a 25-year-old looks like.
Yeah, no, I just don't know any 25-year-olds, I think is the problem. I think
my
everyone
daughter's
should
21. I know somebody in their 20s is my daughter.
Well, I mean, I think everybody should just say what their age is because it really doesn't matter. Especially when you say somebody looks younger, I'm like, it'd be great to say, no, I'm 59, as opposed to women, they're like, oh, I don't want to tell you my age. I say, you look really young. You're going to say you're older. That's going to be great. As opposed to you look 25 and I say you look 90. I mean, that's you know what I mean? So I don't know. They don't do that to men. They don't say men, don't say your age. Because if you say you're 60 and you look 25, then who cares, right? I don't know. Lauren, what do you think?
I have a couple of girlfriends who lie up on their ages because they look good for their ages anyway. And then when you find out, I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we think that's what you're doing, Helen.
Yes.
I'm going to tell people I'm 80 so that they fall over and think it's incredible, like I'm a vampire.
You say you're the white van. You say you're the white van of Match. I say you're the Vanna White of Match.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, Steve, I'm taking you on the road with me. I like what you add to the show. I need that.
Hear that, Brad? I add.
Yes, you add. Well, I don't know. How's Steve going to look blonde?
Is he available to lease out, Brad, or do you have a long-term lease on him? Is he locked down?
I'm a free agent, and I've got some hair dye in the mailbox.
Yeah, he's got bleach. He'll bleach his hair in a second. So, well, let's hear it. Come on, keep it going again. That was Helen, everybody. That was fantastic. And I will, next week, come every night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then at the end of the week, when I don't get paid any money, I can talk to you about it. So that'll be great.
Or you have worked there before.
Yeah, I have worked there. Well, boy, back in the day, it's still, what was it, $75 a show, 100 or something if you're the headliner. So, by the way, that reminds me to tell you that I'm not getting paid for next week, but you can pay all of us by donating to this show. Helen, you may not know this, but we have some people watch this week, but over the week, about 1,000 people will see the show. So that's kind of fun. And one of them will give us money. I don't know who, but somebody will give us money. At $10,
I would like to
$12.
donate my portion to Steve if he writes me more jokes.
Okay.
The deal.
Steve, write her more jokes.
I'd like to point out that my father heard that. I have a job.
That's the first time in history Steve's dad heard that. So
very much.
I know. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com, click donate to the comics. And Helen, if we get $10,000, you're going to be like, wait a minute, you're going to rethink it. But there you go. So that is great. Thank you so much. And now, as usual, one of our favorite things in the world, because one of our favorite people, and I have a question for you before we start, and that is Patti Vasquez is here. Hello, Patti. So, Patti, is it okay if Steve wants to, if he comes up and hangs out with us and we do the whole basic show from the house in Columbus on June 10th?
I told you it's encouraged. I love that you got a great house for us in town for our gig, and that would be a blast.
All right.
Okay, but I have to check with Helen to see if I'm available.
That's right.
Wait, what is the date? You might be opening for me at Madison Square Garden, Steve, that week.
Can we push that back a week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Since
Okay.
they don't know who I am, I think that'll work out.
You can't push it back because we're doing 14 shows for the Brighton Fringe. So
that's right.
Do it in July.
All
So,
right, yeah.
Patti, your audio is horrible. Do your thing, and let's hope we hear you.
You can't hear me?
It's not good.
Oh, no. All right. Let me back out and come back. How's that?
Okay, you're going to back out. Well, Steve, you want to do our thing and she'll back out?
I need
Let me try to the computer. All right.
You need a minute? Okay. Well, I'm going to go over here and replace the spotlight with me right here. Hi, everybody. Look where I am. I'm in a, where am I? Do you know where I am? I'm in the doctor's lair. And now we will, Steve, tell me when you're ready. Are you close?
I wish I could say yes, but I'm all tangled up in the mailbox.
So, Let me preface this by what we're going to do is we're going to do the piece that we did for the Brighton Fringe today. We did a special thing for the launch of the Brighton Fringe. Steve and I will be doing 14 shows starting June 14th to June 27th. We'll be doing the Vampires Ball full show. It is not only fun and jokes, it's for everybody, it's for the family, and from our album Vampires Ball Ultimate Halloween Party, which is the best Halloween album ever on the history of Earth. If you want to download that album, go to stevegoodie.com and you can download it. Of course, you can get that music anywhere in the world, and it does not have to be Halloween. That's why we love Summerween, which is what we're doing right now. Steve, are you close? I'm vamping like an idiot.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7 is what I'm doing. What?
I said, oh, for
I'm
God's
adding
sake.
I'm adding you to the spotlight.
Okay, but I'm still not there.
Okay, I can't add you to the spotlight because your video's not on. So when you turn your video on,
I'm ready.
I can add
Let's go. Let's do it.
Do you have your spotlight? Do you have your camera on? Okay, here we go.
I'm ready.
Here he is, everybody. Hey, Igor, why are we here? I'm a busy man.
I know you're very busy. We're here to promote Vampires Ball Ultimate Halloween Party at the Fringe, Brighton, June 14th through 27th in England. Yes.
Of course. You know, you're a smart man. You're a good man. And you must go get a ticket. You only need one ticket for everybody to watch. And you know, there's a reason I hired you, Igor. Do you know what that is?
Yes, my typing skills.
No, I had a hunch about you.
Oh, that hurts, Master. That hurts really bad. That's not why you hired me. You hired me because you have trouble keeping up with anything. You're a very busy, crazy scientist, and you don't have time to do everything. So I'm here to help you with your time management, which reminds me of a joke. Why was the witch late to the party?
Why was the witch late to the party?
You couldn't find her witch watch.
That was even worse. By the way,
I'm not going on the road with Helen anymore.
That's right. I am a great scientist, and I am going to build a monster, which leads me to the question, where does Frankenstein get his DNA done?
Why they're
Belgium!
No. 23 and them.
That's terrible.
You know what? We are doing an amazing show, and it's not just really horrible jokes. Mostly it is a musical extravaganza, and we have a little preview right now. Play that preview.
I'll roll the preview now, Master. But with audio would be better. It would be better with audio. I'm going to try it again. Hold on just a minute.
I'm so glad this worked today.
So much better with audio. There we go. Audio.
No
audio.
Still no audio. Man, I just love my job. You should
Igor,
fire me.
you're doing a great job.
Hang on. I know what I did wrong.
We can't have that.
I know what I did wrong. I just can't seem
You're
to
like
undo
the
it.
girl at the Fringe today whose video wouldn't play.
That's right. I'm just like that. Okay, here we go. I got it. It's going to happen any minute now.
There it goes.
Ooh, Igor, this is not my match. The Vampire's Ball is a swanky affair.
Master, I brought the shovels.
Good, Igor, good. And did you bring my latte?
Yes, Master. Skim milk, true splendor.
Good, Igor, good. Let's get started. Oh, yes, Igor, yes. Raise the platform. It's time.
Well,
Hiding from ghosts. We're hiding from ghosts. Oh man, I think we're toast. We're hiding from ghosts.
Come inside.
Wow, that was scary.
That was.
That was very scary. But it's not the scariest thing we do.
It's not?
No. The scariest thing we do is with witches.
Yes, we do. And you know what? Because what happens when a witch comes to your town?
Everybody panics.
The witch turned me into a newt.
A newt.
I got better.
The witch turned me into a frog. Ribbit. Ribbit. Croak.
The witch turned me into a cat. Meow. Meow.
The witch turned me into a dog. Ruff. 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 A witch. A witch has moved to my town. She'll cook a creepy brew and make you drink it all down. It's a hoedown.
This is where we vamp fire. The witch turned me into a horse. Ha ha ha! Yay! Yay!
Wipe off your screen. The witch turned me into a rabbit. What's up, Doc?
I'm now a chicken. Quack! Quack! I am not going in there.
You're just chicken. I'm a mouse. Dag nabbit, but I can't make the noise. A witch with a wart on her nose, a crooked broom for flying, and black flowing clothes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Let's stop there.
Patty, are you back?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes!
Yes, I can hear you. That's amazing. Yay! So let's, ladies and gentlemen, after all that silliness, let's replace with Patti Vasquez for a Patty Melt. Go!
Oh my God, here's the problem is that I had all my energy, and especially coming after Ellen and Lauren and so much great energy. I was ready. I'm like, here's what I wanted to dovetail with on that. But here's the thing. I don't know if you know this about me, and maybe watching this show every week or just joining us, you can see my smiling face. I smile a lot. And there is actually scientific evidence that when you smile, like let's say you're in a bad mood, if you smile, you can kind of trick yourself into being happy because you release a chemical into your brain. I don't know if I knew that from a young age. If I just smiled, I'd feel a little bit better. But I also smile because if I don't smile, you might be in danger. If I look angry, like that's scarier. And I know that my smile can be like terrifying. Here's an example. Like, it's very confusing for people because when I smile, they're not sure if I'm happy or angry. Like if my husband gives me flowers, I'm like, oh my God, these are beautiful. And if he leaves a pan in the sink for a week, I'm like, oh my God, why is that pan still there? My smile is often a defense mechanism. And if those of you who joined us last week, if you were after the show, you know that I've seen things, I've experienced things. It's been a long life. And I am so excited to talk about age, by the way, briefly. I am almost 50. I am 49, and I've seen a lot. And one of the things that has been weird about this pandemic and why I mentioned smiles is that with the masks, people don't ask me to smile. And I hate being asked to smile since I do it so much. and that's something like the men don't realize these certain moments where like, I'm just asking you to smile. I'm just telling you how nice you look. You look better with a smile. Only like you're interrupting our moment. Now, the reason I have When Harry Met Sally, the poster behind me, and I was trying to find a good image. This is not a good one. I apologize. But the premise of this movie, at least in the beginning, yes, they end up together, but Billy Crystal contends throughout the entire movie that men and women cannot be friends. And I decided to do some research on this, triggered by an experience I'll tell you about in a moment. But according to scientists, women often underestimate how much their male friends are attracted to them, and men overestimate how much women are attracted to them. And I know that's surprising, and I feel like a dork for even having to bring it up. So because of throughout my life, I've been drawn to things more male dominated. I played Little League Baseball on an all boys team, and I am still friends with some of the boys I played baseball with. I got into stand-up comedy. Most comics are men. I got into radio. Most people in broadcasting are men. You see where this is going. So I've had a lot of male friends. And I have been very fortunate to have very close, good male friends. And I agree with Sally, even though her career didn't, I don't know where Meg Ryan is these days. I don't know. You know what? Not the point. So I've been friends with somebody for several years who I trusted, who earned my trust through various things, very personal exchanges. We've had conversations. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Last week, he sent me a video of himself being pleasured by somebody else. And I don't know. Oh what? This is a true Patty melt. This is why. So usually things happen and I go, I can't. So I'm almost 50 and I've never even gotten a pick, right? Which rhymes with a pick. And I don't need it to be in motion. Static would have been bad enough. And also, I'm almost 50. I'm not even getting 25-year-old. I'm getting almost 50-year-old. My husband hates that joke, by the way. We worked on it. I have to. I don't. It's not. I don't know what to tell other women, but I think that we need to treat this like a car accident, right? Do not accept responsibility. Don't go, oh, what did I do that was wrong? What did I say that invited this? Also, save yes, because that's going to be interesting for everyone. I don't need to see that, but if I have to see it, we're going to have to see it. I'm fine. That's my Patty mouth. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Your question. I am planning to move Comedy Condo to Tuesdays.
Okay. So
can I just say, Patty, I said I'm sorry. Can we move on?
It wasn't. Yeah. It's really bad, and it's weird to have someone's life in your hands. Not in my hands.
Oh man.
I'm gonna back out of this spotlight now.
Yeah. Okay. So wait a minute.
No, I would say the reason I talk about smiling and laughing is that that's like the moment when it happened, it was shocking and traumatizing. But also like my comedy brain is like, how do I process this in a way that is manageable? And for me, it's a little bit manic. And that's what Patty Melt is. That's where it comes from. But this is bad. It's really bad. And I think I did pretty well with not swearing for the last few minutes, right?
You did really well.
Okay.
Really
Wait, I have multiple questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want to get this clear. Some dude that's a comic?
Nope.
Okay, not a comic. Some dude you've known for a long time,
3 years.
literally out of nowhere, sent you a video of someone doing his little thing.
Yep. And wonders if because it's in the still shot, it's just that it's like a big full mass, right? Full whatever. And I'm sorry, I just shared that with you with that imagery, but is he proud of it? I mean, I don't know any situation in which I don't care how close of friends we are. I mean, is he sending it to do you have best friends, Brad, that are dudes that are like, check this out, look what happened to me? Like, no.
Oh, my wife hasn't seen herself do anything with me in 30 years. She's totally.
By the way, if you don't watch porn, it's a POV, which means it's from his. So he shot it. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hi, everybody.
We're learning so much tonight, and I'm so glad to be learning it with my dad. Go on.
but this is. I live such a different life than everybody and most men are this way. None of this happens to us ever, and the sad part is they want it to happen. They probably do.
I'm almost 50. It never happened to me. And that's what I was like, how, not that I ever wanted any of it, but I thought I used to hear stories about women getting a guy sending pictures of their junk. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I'm like, junk, so much junk.
Well, wait a minute. Okay. I've added myself spotlight because I do want to tell you this, because kids now all the time are sending things. And I want to say how lucky I feel that my daughter, she never saw anything. And then she took human sexuality at college, her first semester, and she had never seen anything until that time. So and hopefully she won't see anything again. But Patty, I don't know, you are under some weird star of weirdness.
I would like to say, I'm sorry to interrupt, Patty, but Patty, we need to add Patty to the Halloween show because I've never seen anything as scary as Patty just was.
I will say, so when we broadcast last week, the reason I was in that barn in Valparaiso, Indiana was I was at a friend's home in Michigan trying to get some work done. And this friend called and he's like, what's going on? How are you doing? I'm like, I'm writing this book about my life and weird things that have happened. And 15 minutes they're like, hey, what about this video? Like there is, and so when you
let me add to that, he said, let me more something for the book. Here's something for the book.
Oh man.
Exactly. I mean, welcome to the chapter, my friend.
Steve, what can we do? What can we do to get in the book?
Yeah. Yeah.
What worries me is that that's how you're thinking. I don't want to be in the book.
You do not know.
I don't want to be in the book.
You don't want to be in the book.
Look, it's bad enough that I'm in his stupid bully book. Now I got to be in the horrible things that have happened to Patty book. I don't need this.
But to answer your question, I think that predators, when they recognize, and so because I was I was a victim at 3. I think that predators just recognize that they see an opportunity. It's just an opportunity. That's all. And I'm friendly, outgoing, and I keep showing up. Like no matter what happens, I'm like, hey everybody, what's next? Oh no, that's next. No. That's all.
We need to put that on the internet.
That was a patty mount. In case you wanted to know what a patty mount looked like, that was a legit.
Yeah, you need to put that on the internet and with his name and all the stuff on it. So
I'm processing how to handle this. It's going to be ugly. So hi.
I would like to say Brad's bully book is not dumb. I was kidding.
Wait a minute. How are you in my bully? How are you in Don't Feed the Bully? I don't get it.
I was just kidding. It's a joke. It's a comedy show.
Oh. Don't Feed the Bully is a novel about a 11-year-old boy who goes to a 6th grade class, and there's a cage in the middle of the classroom. And somebody bought 6 of them yesterday, and we do programs all summer, if you like, where we read the entire book with kids 11 or 12, and we talk about these things. We also talk about cyberbullying, this exact kind of thing Patty's saying, and what you do about it. We talk about that too. So, all right, well, ladies and gentlemen.
Baby fish mouth is sweeping the country. Okay, I'm done.
Baby fish mouth. Okay, great. So
when Harry met Sally,
this show always takes a weird ass turn. So anyway, well, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let's say this. Let's thank everybody who's here. Let's thank, of course,
thank
Lauren
everybody.
Brilliant, amazing. Thank you. And let's have Helen Keaney, who you've really learned something tonight. Matter of fact, send Helen Patty's after the show rant from last week, and she'll know what's going on there. And also get tickets for our show, Vampires Ball Ultimate Halloween Party.com. There was one more. Patty, you made me forget the really important thing I was going to say. Oh, next week I am headlining Coconuts Comedy Club in St. Pete Beach. Helen's going to come down and do a set. If you're in the area, please come see me there. And Carnival Cruise Line's coming back. I just booked 3 weeks in September on the horizon out of Miami. So I will actually make a few dollars actually for the first time in a year. And now we're good. Okay, now let's finish up with the worst joke of the week. Then we'll go to the Thursday song. We'll say bye to Facebook. We'll come in here and talk to everybody. And Patty will tell us something else that scares the crap out of us. Here we go. Here we go. The worst joke of the week. In Hartford, Connecticut, 8 nooses have been found in 1 month at the Amazon warehouse, even though Amazon keeps saying they're beefing up security. Anybody seen this? 8 nooses in 1 month. Oddly, they can find and fire an employee that takes more than 4 minutes going to the bathroom, but the Klan has unlimited access. So the NAACP went to the site to talk to workers who are very scared, and the police surrounded them and told them to leave because, they might find the next noose. Here's the Thursday song. We'll see you later.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
We tried to incorporate all the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursday.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the reverie. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with milk, bone, spam, and pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday.
And the live stream is over.